Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because today's story is one that every serious coin collector, history lover, and treasure hunter needs to hear. Somewhere in the world, old coins are sitting forgotten inside drawers, boxes, and dusty cabinets, while collectors are searching desperately for them. And one coin from South Africa has created massive curiosity among collectors, especially older men who understand the real thrill of rare money and hidden value. Today, we are talking about the 2010 South African 5 Rand coin, a coin that at first glance may look ordinary, but behind its design lies history, mystery, and collector excitement that continues to grow year after year. Now imagine this. You are cleaning out an old room, opening a forgotten box filled with coins collected over decades. Most of them look common, but then your eyes stop on a shiny 5 Rand coin from 2010. The design feels different. The weight feels strong in your hand. And suddenly you begin wondering if this coin could be worth far more than its face value. That exact moment has happened to many collectors around the world. The South African 5 Rand coin is already respected because of its powerful appearance and national significance. South Africa has always produced coins with strong identity, detailed artwork, and symbols connected to the nation's history and pride. The 2010 edition became especially memorable because 2010 was a major year for South Africa. The entire world was watching the country during international celebrations, and global attention was focused on the nation. Many collectors believe coins from important years often become highly desirable in the future, especially when they remain in excellent condition. One of the first things collectors notice about the 2010 5 Rand coin is its impressive design. The coin carries strength and authority. It represents not just money, but national heritage. Serious collectors often say that coins are like frozen moments in time. They carry stories that survive generations. And this particular coin reminds many people of a historic era when South Africa stood proudly on the world stage. Older collectors especially appreciate coins like this because they understand something younger generations often ignore. Real treasures are not always gold bars or diamonds. Sometimes a small coin becomes valuable because of rarity, condition, demand, and the stories attached to it. A coin can survive wars, political changes, economic shifts, and still remain standing decades later. That survival gives it emotional power. Another reason this coin attracts attention is because not every 2010 5 Rand coin is equal. Experienced collectors carefully inspect details like mint marks, scratches, color quality, edge condition, and production errors. A tiny mistake made during minting can transform an ordinary coin into something collectors fight over. There have been cases in the coin world where small minting differences turn cheap coins into collector legends worth astonishing amounts. And that is where the excitement begins. Many people unknowingly spend valuable coins in everyday shopping because they never learned how to identify collectible pieces. Somewhere right now, there could be a man carrying an extremely desirable coin in his pocket without realizing it. That thought alone keeps collectors searching constantly through old wallets, inherited collections, and forgotten jars of change. The 5 Rand coin also attracts international interest because South African coins have become increasingly respected in global collector communities. Collectors from Europe, America, and Asia actively search for unique African coins because they offer historical importance and lower surviving numbers compared to heavily mass-produced coins from other countries. Some collectors believe African collectible coins remain underrated and could become even more valuable in the future. Now let's talk about condition, because condition changes everything in the coin world. A heavily damaged coin may only interest beginner collectors, but a coin preserved carefully for years can become incredibly desirable. Collectors examine shine, edge quality, surface marks, and even the smallest imperfections. Some use magnifying tools and special lights to inspect every detail. To a normal person, 2 coins may look identical, but to a trained collector, one may be ordinary while the other could be extraordinary. What makes the hunt even more addictive is the mystery surrounding certain rare variations. Rumors spread through collector circles about unusual versions, limited releases, and rare minting characteristics connected to specific 5 Rand coins. Whether every story is true or not, the mystery itself fuels demand and curiosity. Men who have collected coins for decades often say the excitement of the search is just as valuable as the coin itself. There is also a deep emotional connection involved. Many older men remember a time when coins represented real craftsmanship. Modern digital payments cannot replace the feeling of holding a heavy, detailed coin connected to history. Coins remind people of childhood memories, old markets, family collections, and generations before them. That emotional connection is why collectors remain passionate for life. And when rare coins begin attracting media attention or online discussion, demand can rise quickly. The moment collectors believe a certain coin is becoming harder to find, competition increases. Some people begin buying aggressively. Others start searching through old collections hoping they already own one. Suddenly, a coin ignored for years becomes the center of attention. The South African 2010 5 Rand coin continues to generate conversation because it represents more than money. It represents timing, history, scarcity, and the dream of hidden wealth. Every collector loves the idea that an ordinary-looking object could secretly hold massive value. That dream keeps the coin collecting world alive. Experts often warn collectors not to clean old coins aggressively because improper cleaning can destroy collector value instantly. A natural aged appearance is often preferred over artificial shine. Serious buyers want authenticity. They want originality. Even fingerprints and small scratches can affect the final price depending on rarity and demand. What truly fascinates people is the possibility that somewhere out there exists an exceptionally rare version of this coin in near-perfect condition. That possibility creates endless excitement. Auctions around the world have shown that collectors are willing to pay shocking amounts for coins considered unique or historically important. And once wealthy collectors compete against each other, prices can climb to unbelievable levels. So if you own a South African 5 Rand coin from 2010, do not ignore it. Examine it carefully. Store it safely. Learn about its details. Because in the world of coin collecting, knowledge can turn an ordinary object into a life-changing discovery.
Before we begin, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. If you enjoy discovering hidden treasures and rare coins that could be worth a fortune, this is the place for you. Many people have coins sitting quietly in drawers, old wallets, or forgotten jars without realizing they may hold incredible value. Today we're looking at a coin that many people have handled without a second thought, yet collectors around the world are paying close attention to it. The coin is the 5 Rand from South Africa dated 2008, and its story may surprise you. Imagine holding a coin that once passed through the hands of shopkeepers, travelers, and everyday people going about their lives. At first glance, it may appear like an ordinary modern coin. The 5 Rand coin from South Africa is known for its strong design and bimetallic appearance. It has an outer ring and a different colored center, which immediately makes it stand out compared to many other coins in circulation. The design is not just about beauty. It reflects the heritage, culture, and wildlife that South Africa proudly represents. When collectors examine a coin, they look far beyond the surface. They study the year, the minting details, the condition, and even the tiny marks that appeared during production. The 2008 5 Rand coin has gained attention among collectors because certain pieces show rare features that make them far more interesting than the typical coin found in everyday change. Sometimes the difference between a normal coin and an extremely valuable one can be something very small, such as a striking error or an unusual detail in the design. The 5 Rand coin carries a powerful symbol of South Africa's natural beauty. On many versions of the coin, you will find the image of a graceful antelope, a creature that represents the country's wildlife heritage. The animal stands proudly, reminding collectors that coins are not just currency, but also pieces of art that tell a story about the nation that created them. Collectors often say that modern coins can sometimes become the most surprising treasures. Older coins have had decades or centuries to become rare, but modern coins can become valuable when something unusual happens during their production. A coin minted in large numbers can suddenly become extremely desirable if a small group of those coins contains a rare minting variation. The 2008 5 Rand coin entered circulation during a time when South Africa was continuing to modernize its currency while still honoring traditional design elements. Millions of these coins were produced, and most of them circulated normally through shops, markets, and banks. Yet among those millions, collectors began noticing that some examples appeared slightly different. Perhaps the strike was off-center, the lettering was unusual, or the metal alignment showed something unexpected. For someone who enjoys collecting coins, discovering such a piece can feel like uncovering a hidden secret. Many collectors remember the moment they first realized a simple coin could hold significant value. It might have been found in spare change after buying groceries or discovered in an old jar of coins saved over the years. Another reason collectors love coins like the 2008 5 Rand is that they are still relatively recent. This means there is always the possibility that someone watching right now might actually own one. Imagine checking your wallet or coin collection later today and finding the very coin we are discussing. That moment of discovery is what keeps collectors searching through their change again and again. Condition also plays a major role in determining a coin's value. A coin that has been heavily used may show scratches, fading, or worn edges. But a coin that has remained in excellent condition, with sharp details and a bright surface, is far more attractive to collectors. Many people never think about the condition of their coins, yet for collectors it can make a dramatic difference. The materials used in the 5 Rand coin are another interesting aspect. The bimetallic design combines two different metals, creating both durability and a distinctive appearance. This style not only helps prevent counterfeiting, but also gives the coin a modern and recognizable look. Over time, collectors began discussing certain 2008 5 Rand coins that seemed to have unusual characteristics. Word spread through coin communities, collectors groups, and online forums. Whenever collectors begin sharing information about a coin that might be rare, interest grows quickly. Some collectors start searching through bags of coins from banks, hoping to find the special variation that others have talked about. Stories like this are common in the world of coin collecting. A coin that once seemed ordinary slowly gains attention, and as more collectors search for it, the excitement grows. Some people may search for years without finding one, while others may discover it by pure luck. This is why experienced collectors always encourage people to look carefully at their coins before spending them. What appears to be just another piece of change could actually be something collectors are eager to add to their collections. Even small differences can turn an everyday coin into a highly desirable collectible. For viewers who enjoy the thrill of treasure hunting, coins offer one of the most accessible opportunities. You don't need expensive equipment or special training to begin. All it takes is curiosity and a willingness to look closely at the coins you already have. Think about how many coins pass through your hands every year. Now imagine if just one of them turned out to be extremely rare. That possibility is what makes coin collecting so exciting, especially for people who appreciate history and hidden value. Many collectors in their later years say that coin collecting becomes more than a hobby. It becomes a journey through time. Each coin carries memories of the era when it was created, the people who used it, and the events that shaped its country. The 5 Rand coin from 2008 is a perfect example of how even modern currency can spark that sense of discovery. It reminds us that treasures are not always buried deep underground. Sometimes they are sitting quietly in our pockets, waiting for someone to notice them. Now here comes the part that truly captures collectors' attention. Certain rare versions of the 2008 South African 5 Rand coin have been discussed among collectors as extremely valuable pieces, especially when they appear in exceptional condition or show rare minting characteristics. Because of these rare variations and the growing interest among collectors, some reports and discussions in collector circles suggest that a special example of this coin could reach an astonishing value. In the most extraordinary cases talked about among collectors, a rare 2008 5 Rand coin has been described as reaching a value of around $20,000. That number may sound unbelievable, but it perfectly illustrates the excitement and mystery that surrounds rare coins. Whether you are an experienced collector or someone who simply enjoys checking their spare change, stories like this remind us that valuable discoveries can appear in the most unexpected places. Imagine holding a coin that looks like loose change until you flip it. Then you see the fierce wildebeest, its horns swept back, muscles taut, captured in mid-stride. The design feels alive, like a moment frozen in motion. Around the edge, fine ridges provide texture, tiny detail that most might ignore. On its face, the year 2004, neatly stamped, marking an era not too long ago, yet already shrouded in nostalgia. In 2004, South Africa celebrated 10 years of democracy, and this coin was part of a special series meant to commemorate that milestone. This wasn't just currency. It was a reminder of transformation, of voices once silenced now lifted, of people who once dreamed now walking in freedom. Every rim, every engraving, every curve was meant to whisper history. Despite its commemorative purpose, this coin entered everyday life. It passed through many hands, pockets, tills, piggy banks, even the bottom of drawers. Many bore the scratches of time, the fate of metal polishing itself against decades of being exchanged, spent, forgotten. But some endured, preserved by collectors, tucked away in albums, living in protective sleeves, far from the clatter and clang of commerce. In those preserved specimens, the relief remains sharp. The wildebeest's muscles are well defined. The inscriptions are crisp. The luster still holds a soft glow, as though the coin remembers its journey through fire, change, and value. Condition matters more than you might think. Grades like uncirculated or proof separate the mundane from the extraordinary. Rarity is subtle and powerful here. It's not that the coin was never made in large numbers. It was in circulation. But very few survive in perfect condition. Few were saved with care. Fewer still escaped the wear of years. Some were lost, others damaged, many melted down or discarded. What remains has become scarce, and scarcity in collectors' eyes becomes gold. Add to that the story of symbolism. 10 years of democracy means more than a number. It is a story of struggle and liberation. It is a testament to voices rising, to unity tested and forged, to hope that carried forward. The design, not just the wildebeest, but the choice of honoring a milestone so deeply felt, gives the coin weight beyond its metal. Collectors don't just buy coins. They buy history, they buy identity, they buy a piece of something larger than themselves. Over time, whispers began. Someone in a far-off country posted an image of one near-perfect specimen. Another shared theirs tucked behind glass. Experts and amateurs alike leaned in. They examined mint marks, edge ridges, the tone of patina, the shine. Some believed they saw small variations, slight errors, misalignments in the double dies, tiny scratches that somehow enhance character. These variations, these imperfections, or their absence, became priceless. People began to ask, what is this coin really worth? Local markets priced them modestly. Auction houses saw bids increasing. Some offered in tens of thousands. Collectors crossed borders to secure them. The coin, once pocket change, became an object of desire. Now imagine that same coin being put on a global platform. A collector somewhere, having waited years, announces one of the finest known specimens, graded nearly flawless, nearly perfect in every way. The mint luster still visible, no blemishes to interrupt the details, the inscriptions sharp, the edge ridges crisp, the color undisturbed by time. A piece of metal with more heart than many works of art. The bids come in, silent, intense. Experts debate authenticity, provenance, condition. Photographs are examined. The feel of the coin becomes more important than the number stamped on it. Each potential owner imagines the weight of that moment when the gavel falls.